How do you compare art to sport?
I think art and sports are similar. We won the Oscar of Best Adapted Screenplay, and actually you need some discipline. I think the best we could compare for starts a discipline, because to work with arts you need a real discipline. You need to learn a lot, you need to study, you need to practice all the time, because if you don't practice you're going to lose your way to do, even your instinct, and I work like that.
So you won the Oscar. In tennis, the biggest thing you can win is a Grand Slam. How do you think winning an Oscar compares to winning a Grand Slam?
We have all of us, we discuss, because as a producer you have a dream to win all the Grand Slams, and you compare. If you have like Wimbledon, you have Roland Garros, and you have Australian Open or New York Open, you have in the US Open, you have in the Oscars, you have Cannes Film Festival, you have Berlin Film Festival, and you have Venice Film Festival. If you and Golden Globes, if you want these 5, you make a full Grand Slam of the films. But you need to win the best film. I start winning a small Oscar, but it's really important, and also for me it's important because it's based on story and it's adaptation screenplay. I start acquiring book rights, and win the first Oscar of a film I produce. It won in this specifically area. Is like, okay, I start in the right place, and I won the first Oscar of one of my movies is in the same place. For the future, I look for the best film, and if I could win this 5 is like equal in tennis. We talk a lot, all of the movie producers, we won the Grand Slam of the movie pictures, won five of these prizes. I think not all of the producers has these 5 together.
What makes a movie so special?
I think for me, I like to, it's funny because I like to make movies to people see it. For me, the most important day of making movies is when you show movie for the audiences. For me, we spend like months, years working a project, and sometimes took a lot of your attention, your life, a lot of your health and everything you could imagine. And one day you're going to show this movie for audiences, and this for me is the best day, because it's the way is in the day people are going to judge your work, and the people are going to see your work, and the people are going to react for your work. It's like a tennis match. You are in the final of a game or a final of a competition, and people are looking for the whole work you have. It's the same with us when you're doing a movie. When we show the movie for the audiences on a festival, on the movie theater, on an average day. We're going to show for friends, and you see the people reaction is when our work is complete. Okay, this is the end of this work, this is the way we're going to, okay, this for this film, this is the reaction we are receiving, this is what we're expecting, and maybe this film is going to live forever. Other films people forgot like this, and the other films live forever, and you always remember, you're going to go back and see you talk about it, and I think this for me is the best moment. This is inspiration. I could do more.
Talent is very important, especially for the actors that you select. How do you select, or how do you find the talent?
Actually, talent, I think the best you could do is combination. We have a word in the movie business is packaging. How you packaging your movie? How you could put talent together. Sometimes you're going to discover, for example, in Call Me By Your Name, we have like a kid, like Timothée Chalamet was nothing before the film. Now he is a huge star. Everyone talk about him, but before the movie was released, no one know him. And we saw a rising star coming out. It's like you discover a young tennis player with 18 years old, and he goes for a competition and he wins. We discover a young actor who's going to be like probably one of the biggest stars in the world. And that's you could see talent. You could see talent, and also talent needs to be, you need to grow. You need to always go, how I could grow up with this, how I could be bigger, and how you could help this talent to not go in other direction and lose everything. Sometimes you discover amazing talent with 18 years old, and he lost himself, and you don't have, this guy was okay, you believe in him, but he don't, and nothing happened. But when it's in movies, we need to create a combination. It's a combination of a lot of people. It's like it's a collective game. It's not an individual game. You need to have like a good director, a good writer, a good producer, a good actors. You as a team of actors. If you work alone, no way to be the greatest one. You need to work good collectively. And this is the way we do movies. It's like, okay, it's a bunch of talent together and we make this packaging, and this is the good movie, this is the good art in the movie. And the movie and television is a collective art.
As you mentioned, more importantly is to grow the talent. How do you grow the talent?
I think, first of all, you need to manage the talent. This is the most important thing, because sometimes we're going to use an example, and this I learned like 2 months ago. You have Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke, in the beginning of the 80s, he was the best actor of his generation. I'm not telling by me, I'm telling by the other actors. Sean Penn, Tom Cruise, Patrick Swayze, Johnny Depp, Matt Dillon, Nicolas Cage travel to see Mickey Rourke working on a stage play theater. And they look for that guy, okay, this is the most talented and achieved guy in our generation. And in the end, all of the other ones had a much bigger, successful career than Mickey Rourke. Why? Discipline. Discipline was the best. They create discipline from their own work. They are focused and disciplined guys, and they make his strengths be better than the most talented guy ever was Mickey Rourke. But Mickey Rourke don't have any discipline. I'm not telling about nothing bad about him. I'm only comparing this situation. And if you compare these two, definitely Mickey Rourke is still a talented guy, but he lost himself in the middle of that. He could be probably the best actor of his generation with a lot of prizes, a lot of recognition, and nowadays he's still having people remember him. This is the most talented one, but all the other guys receive the prizes. I think if you have discipline, you know how to grow up and you know how to learn more, you are going to be the best on the game. As a director, as a producer, as an actor, as a director of photography, as an art director, as a costume designer. If you go well and you look for that, have discipline and know how to play yourself, know how to make choices. The other thing is important, how to make choices. And in art, you need to make choices. You need to, okay, this is the best choice you could do, and make the wrong choice, you kill your career. Make the good choice and you go after, and you're still going.